Alright, so I'm sorry about the quality of the camera and the lighting. I know it's terrible. But I just finished my manga last night, and I'm fairly happy with it. So, as you probably already know, I need a manga artist. And, frankly, the reason why I need a manga artist is because my writing's good. I think my writing is amazing. I think I'm a really good writer. But the problem with my artwork is it's nowhere near. It'll take me about 20, 25 years to be manga quality ready, and that's why I'm hoping for someone else. Yeah, frankly, yeah, just real quick, this is probably the best drawing I've done, and it's not that good. It's like a self-portrait thing, and it's kind of bad. I mean, it's not that bad, but man, I mean, that took me like 9 hours. I don't know, and that's why I need a manga artist, because it'll literally take me about like at least a year and a half to finish a book, and it won't. The art quality will be that bad. Cheap. And the art quality will be that bad. So, frankly, I need a manga artist. But that's where a big problem comes in, because I have no money. I have no money for publication. I have no money for advertisements. I have no money for to pay the manga artist. I'm basically broke. I barely have money for gas, and I gotta go back to school and all that stupid crap. Oh, I hate school so much. But alright, so hopefully the game plan from here on out is for if someone contacts me, we'll get right on this. But assuming that no one's gonna contact me because I don't have any money, I'm gonna start working on my novel. And hopefully I can get my novel finished, which that shouldn't take too long, because it mostly just needs to be typed. I mean, it's like I've got like 50 notebooks sitting around with it all over the place, and if it just gets typed real quick, like half the work is done. Half the work is done. So I'm like, there's only like a few parts I have to actually write. But once I finish my manga, once I finish my novel, hopefully that'll get me about $60,000. I'm hoping for $60,000. That's not that great of money. I mean, we're not talking. That's not a lot of money, and hopefully that's just good. And I'm thinking it's worth a lot more than $60,000. $60,000, I pay off my student loans, and that'll give me plenty of money for the publication and the advertisement and stuff like that. So that's kind of the game plan that I'm going with. That's what I want to do. I want to try to get that novel sold. But I can work on both at the same time, since the manga really only needs paneling. I've written the whole thing. There are some edits. I do have to change the things, and there's like if you are one of the people that's gonna read it, then I'll give it to. You'll see there's just a part where I just I chop it in as an insert scene here, because I kind of skipped over it. It's not important, but it's just like, it's kind of lazy of me. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. I think the work is gonna speak for itself. But yes, that's kind of the game plan from here on out. And before I go into like any details about the story and stuff, I want to talk about how I came up with the idea. Like right here, it's a romance manga, and you're like, it's a romance novel, because it's true, because romance is kind of terrible most of the time. But frankly, this is actually I think this is a lot different, because I came in with the idea that most romance stuff is bad, and it just panders to women, and mostly to stupid women, and I hate that, because people are intelligent. Let's just give them a little bit of credit. So basically, with my romance manga, which it's what it is, it's kind of different, because it's geared more towards guys, and don't go, it's like, that's a guy romance. Now it's not. It is very, very girl oriented, because it is about the romance, and it's not about like awesome but it is more about the romance and the feeling aspect of it. But like I said, it's so not flowery. I guess that's the kind of thing I can say. It's so not flowery, because you can see, because like some of the manga I've read and some of the novels I've read, my mom has like 1,000 of these romance novels. They're all terrible. I don't know why she reads them, but it's all like it's either like it's all flowery, like and it's all like, I love him, but I don't know if I love him yet, or I love him, but he doesn't love me. Like it's all weird and stupid, and like it's all weird questioning, and and that's terrible. Or if like when my mom's romance novels, all like sex, I'm like, what? But mine's completely different, and I try to gear it more towards like, it's more about the relationship between the two. Like it's about the development of it, and not about how, like, any kind of weird aspects of it. Like, this is no, I guess, yeah, this is no Twilight. I know that's probably gonna get me some people are gonna yell at me, and some people are gonna be awesome fans with me, and I love that. But it's not Twilight. It's a lot better than Twilight. Like seriously, I mean, it's I guarantee you, it's not as good as it's not as good as Wall-E. It's not as good as a romance story as Wall-E, because Wall-E is probably one of the best romance stories I've at least seen. So, but I mean, it's certain. I think it's good. I think it's really good. But like, and it does start off kind of cheesy, where like the girl literally falls in love with the Oh yeah, never mind. I'll tell you about that later. But basically, I can't remember what I was doing at the time. I think I was actually trying to write my novel at the time. When I was supposed to get this done like a long time ago, but I was lazy about it. But I was trying to write my novel at the time, I think. And I have weekly trips to my aunt's house or to someone else's house where I get on the internet and I do stuff on the internet. I check out my YouTube channel, check out my videos that I haven't seen yet, because I can't get internet access out here in the boondocks and out here in the country, because it's either dial-up or really expensive crap that's kind of terrible, and I'm not paying for really expensive crap that's kind of terrible. And dial-up is so bad. But so I was taking my trips. And I had saw this video of this song, this Japanese song, and I really liked it. So I downloaded it, and I went home and I listened to it. Ha ha ha! Yeah, Japanese song. It's fun. It's a pop song. And I was working in it, and I'll take like an hour nap in the middle of the time, because I'll work for like a 14-hour period straight writing and stuff. So, and then I'll take a nap like an hour in between that, like in the middle of that. So, and now I don't know what I was doing, but I took that nap because I got tired, and I basically just put that song on and hit it repeat for some reason, and it just kept playing over and over and over again while I was sleeping, and I just came up with this entire idea in my head. I actually created it backwards. I created the entire thing backwards. Like I created each situation that would cause each other situation and stuff. Like I create like basically the last important scene of the manga was the first thing I created in my mind, and it all works backwards. So I don't know how well that works out. I don't know how well that sounds like it works out. But frankly, I created the entire the story, like the bare minimum story I created backwards, and I built it up all into forwards, and it's incredibly well done. I think so, at least. It's I thought building it, thinking of it backwards and then building it forwards definitely made the thing fun, because I had to reach these ultimated goals, and it was incredibly it was easy to link up all the different parts, because it was a good idea from the beginning. But it's just like each point like I had to make it to that next point, but at the same time how I did it didn't really matter, because it was almost self-explanatory, that next point. But like I had so much free range to do anything I want. Like I could do anything. I could have there's a birthday party scene. Like it's weird, and it's just these three kids, and it's like they don't do anything important, and then all of a sudden it's into another important romantic scene, and it's like the fact that doesn't matter, it also makes it even it makes it stronger, because some of the things in it it eventually will build up to something else that comes up, but this thing itself is not important. But okay, but with that, so I played the song over and over again. I created this entire thing in my mind, and I said, you know what? I think that romance story is like while I was taking a nap, kind of while I was kind of daydreaming it. So the whole entire, so I basically, when I got up, I was like, crap. I said I should probably at least jot this down. So I went to go just I typed out, and I started to type out a very basic outline of the story, so that way I could remember it later. But in the process, I kept thinking about it because it was fresh in my mind. And I liked it so much that I was like, all right, I'll type this thing up really quick. It's a manga. I'm writing a manga, so there's not a whole lot of details going into it. I don't need to draw your background for every single thing. I don't have to force feed you environment, because that's part of manga. It's a visual and written medium. So I did it. And I actually got most of it done in 1 month. I actually worked really hard, like 14 hours, seriously 14 hours a day. I was knocking that stuff out, and I was doing a pretty good job. And then I kind of got lazy, and I had to drive my dad, to and from jail, because he got arrested, and he was on work release. So I had to do that for a while. I'm stuck here at home, and it's like, they're like, you get to drive him. So I was like, whatever. Which kind of stopped me from writing my manga, but it doesn't matter. But I finally finished it, and crap, I don't know where I was talking. I don't know where I was going. I'm gonna cut this out, so it don't matter. Well, I lost my train of thought there, but other than that, there's something you're gonna notice. You're gonna think that I'm a bad writer. At the very least, if you don't think I'm a bad writer, then you don't know good writing. But there's one problem I have in this entire manga before I get into the story that I just don't know how to fix it. I don't know the name of the main character. I don't. That's the thing. It bothered me so much because I normally name my characters pretty quickly. I just like throw some name down. I'm like, yeah, name, because I don't really care. Like what I do is I don't care about names. You don't see. I don't even think about names when I'm actually rating the character. I know the character because I know his spirit. I know his attitude. I know his character. I know all the crap about him. So I don't really care about names. But I don't know the name of this character. And that's sometimes I'm writing, and sometimes I'm writing. Sometimes I'm writing, you can definitely tell that I kind of stretch it, or I use the same thing so often because it's like if I don't know, because like the lead character is a female, and it's all through her perspective, so I don't know her name. Like seriously, when her mother will call her my child or something like that. She says weird stuff, and then like every now and then it goes to the boy's perspective, because she's not around. And like he doesn't ever he ends up like calling like he has to say his girlfriend, or like Josh says it's his girlfriend or anything like that. And so it's like it's so weird. So I don't know the name of it. We have to fix that, and I don't know what to do because I guess I might as well just go into details about it. It's basically it's set in Japan, but it's not like you can definitely tell I'm white. I'm white and I'm American, all that stuff. And I know a little bit about Japan and a lot of I know some about Japanese culture, not in context with anime and manga and video games and all that stuff, because that stuff can be tainted since it's from the perspective of a creative mind rather than actual showing us culture. But I do know a bit about Japanese culture without the all those weird otaku stuff. But I do know a bit about Japanese culture, and I try to put that in as much as I possibly can. But it is so like you definitely tell. I'm not hiding that. I am seriously white, man. I'm American, and that's what I know. Like seriously, because there's basically a scene in the manga where the girl kind of rifles through. Like she doesn't like really rifle, but she's looking through the guy's kind of cabinet, his bathroom and stuff, and it's like and the thing is, I have no idea what a Japanese bathroom looks like. I have no idea how it would be organized or traditionally. I do understand, like the stupid, the beds are like put in the closet and all that stuff. I do know a bit about that kind of stuff, but I don't know what it looks like. And I could have researched it, but I was like, really, I don't like. Is some Japanese guy gonna pick my book up and read it and be all like, it's not like my bathroom, I don't expect people to be. I don't expect Japanese people to be, I don't expect most Japanese people to read this. I mean, unless it gets really popular, I don't expect a lot of Japanese people to read it. And otherwise, yeah, it doesn't matter. Basically, but you'll see that. So that's the thing, and it's set in Japan, and the name of the three, there's three very important characters in this thing. The first guy, the girl's best friend, his name's Miki, because I love that name. I love Miki. So it's Japanese. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I don't know the main of the female character, so I don't know what to do. And the main character right now, the boyfriend, the main character's name is Josh, my name, and that's because because like people might say that this is like a self-insert thing. This is not a self-insert thing. I tell you that right now, because Josh is not. Well, he is somewhat like me. I mean, but he's nothing like me. Because basically he's so similar to my he's very similar to my character for another manga that I want to do. It's called Power Gauntlet 206. I haven't told you the name of this manga, whatever. Power Gauntlet 206, and it's basically like the concept is literally what would happen if like a secret fighting organization took over my university, and what would happen to me. And that's kind of what it is. Because I'm fat, you can tell that, but I'm still a good fighter. I love fighting. Fighting is like so much fun for me, and I used to be really good at it. And I've gained about at least 60 pounds since then. So man, I'm like so fat. But basically, that's kind of what it is. It's what would happen, and it's basically about me losing weight and all that stupid crap, and about me getting into all these fighting and stuff. And that is most certainly self-insert. And he's just so similar. That's why I called him Josh, because me, Josh, my character is me. I am in Power Gauntlet 206. This is not me, but he's because he's a fighter, and but he's not. He doesn't have a lot of characters, and that's why I named him Josh. So that name could change quickly, but I just don't know the name of the female. Man, this video's going on for a long time. So that's kind of alright. Basically, the story starts out like the female lead ends up seeing ends up seeing the main character, like the male, and at like one of like some ceremony. Like, it's not it was the original entrance ceremony, but the timing seemed off, so I have to change that up. But like she sees them like in the beginning of the school year, and she instantly falls in love with them. And I know that's cliched, but like, trust me, this is different because the guy is he's very indifferent to her. Like he just doesn't care because I think his parents are dead, blah 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 blah. But I think we'll just move on from that. But like basically, she instantly falls in love with him, and like she kind of like has this like she and then she kind of she then takes this knowledge and talks to her mother about it, and like she learns that like it kind of goes through like her family lineage where they instantly fall in love with the men they're married with their whole life. And so, and like that, and it kind of just progresses from that, where like she basically forces him into dating him and stuff like that, and it works very well. Like the characterization is like the guy is very he's not shy or embarrassed or timid, but he's just indifferent. That's what he mostly is. He's indifferent, and he doesn't handle like intimacy very well. And we're not talking we're talking more physical intimacy and not both physical and social and mental intimacy. So it's not like he's not like aggressively towards sex or anything like that. But it's because, well, like I said, his parents have died, and he's been basically living on his own for a long time. And so since he has no female contact whatsoever, he doesn't it's more like he doesn't get it. It's like he doesn't understand. It's like that. So he's not used to it. And so this woman basically forces herself into his life. And just weird stuff happens, and he has a violent background, and that ends up becoming a play and stuff like that. But I seriously so I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to spoil it for you. But if you guys are going to read it, but that's kind of how it is. It's just she instantly falls in love with him, and then basically she's going to force her way into his life, and force and he doesn't he just doesn't care really. He enjoys himself when they hang out and all this stuff, but he just doesn't care about the relationship. So. One thing I skipped over, and I kind of did because it's kind of important, is the fact, and it's kind of the whole basis why I developed it, like how because I developed it backwards, so it seems a little inconsequential now. That's not I mispronounced that. It's incidental, but the whole thing is she becomes a pop idol, and she tries to progress, and she ends up doing all this stuff. Like it's not that much of the work, but it's enough of it. It's like the last fourth of it at least is all about her being a pop idol and how that affects everybody and all that stuff and blah blah blah. But you'll see. Man, I just can't think right now. But that thing, the pop idol issue is kind of important, but it's not at the same time. It's not really. It's more like just another way to kind of show how the relationship is holding up and what's going on with the relationship. And I'm not really sure, but I'm just saying the pop idol thing is kind of important. Hence the reason why I got it off that song. Oh, and that's the thing. The song, I don't know what the song is called. It's like Sato Wakashi or something weird Japanese. I can't pronounce it. And I can't read very well. But it's some Japanese song, and basically what I call the manga is A Tale of a Wonderful Love, which is I don't know why I called it that, because I just kept it in line with my novel, because my novel starts with tale, and I don't know. I'm not gonna say the name of the novel because that thing is dead until I get it done. Until I actually create it, it's dead. It's not there. But I called it A Tale of a Wonderful Love, and seriously, I didn't even look up the English lyrics on that until at least I was 20 pages in to my own manga, and because I don't know if I've said this already, but I probably have already. But it's right now. It's a little past 49. So it's at least 20 pages into it, I finally looked up the English translation of that song, and it happened to be, I'm feeling, it's like something like I'm either feeling love or a wonderful love or something like that. And I was like, it's kind of cool that I was just listening to it and I was just getting the feel of the song. I wasn't actually knowing the lyrics, and that's what it's titled. And so that's the thing. It's just the importance. That's kind of the song. The idea was the fact that the idea. And there's two things that I better talk about the references I'm making here, but there are two things that are kind of important when discussing this. It's just the fact that the song inspired the entire thing. So that's the song that she sings to Josh at some point, and so she creates that song in order to show her love. That's my love. So you'll see how that plays out, and then that's kind of that's why she becomes a pop idol, was because of that whole song is supposed to be an inspirational kind of thing. Just ruining things, thinking about it, not thinking about it, ruining it for you. Spoilers. But There's another thing, and basically she ends up turning into lights. And then if you never heard of them, it's just I think it's just a one woman. I'm pretty sure it's just a one woman. I don't know her name. I'm sorry about that, but it's like one of the best CDs I've ever listened to. At least, I think second best CD I've ever listened to. First one's Flaw, Endangered Species. I love that, Flaw, Endangered Species. But basically, she ends up when she does become a pop idol, rather than like I don't know Japanese music. I mean, I don't know Japanese pop idol music very much. Like I mean, I like Japanese metal, like Duran Gray I love. But it's like, but Japanese pop idol is like, I mean, I might listen to it, but it's like I don't really care. Like that's not something I'm like, yeah, Japanese pop idol, mine. So basically, she ends up turning into Lights, which is if you haven't heard of her, I think she's released one CD. I think it was in 2009. She released a CD called The Listening. Amazing CD. I love every song on it. And basically, that's what she is. She's Lights. And I don't know how that's gonna work because if we do make a manga, I think we can get away with it because you're just naming the references and stuff. I don't think there's anything illegal with that, because it's like if I just say the songs that she's made, because there's millions of songs with the same titles. So, but I think if it comes to an anime thing, where that's probably not gonna happen, but cross your fingers, awesome, that'd be cool. If it ever does come to that, I'd have to do something about that. But basically, she's Lights. She's Lights at that point. Like she's this Japanese pop song. That's what gets her into the industry. And she's Lights. But basically, this thing is full of references. I mean, it does reference one of the Flaw songs I was talking about because it's kind of like because just Josh was listening to it. It references Dark Souls, which you might not get, but if you play Dark Souls, you're gonna get it. It references Dark Souls. It's weird. It referenced Shawshank Redemption, Punch Out, Naruto Ninja Storm. I reference a bunch of random stuff that you would not understand the reference unless you were a big fan of it. That's kind of thing. And I don't know. There's no significance to the references. It's just the fact that they were just there and they kind of just did stuff. And like I don't know. I really don't know anymore. Stupid references, but I like them. But you'll see. When you see the references, some of them don't have any importance to them. Like basically, almost every one of the references has absolutely like no need in the story, and it's like you won't even notice them because basically like the Shawshank Redemption movie is just they literally just watch Shawshank Redemption, so it's not like haha I escaped Tim Burton. I don't know, it's not Tim Burton. I can't remember what his name is, but they literally watch Shawshank Redemption. That's the reference, is that they're watching Shawshank Redemption. They're not just watching the movie, they're watching Shawshank Redemption because I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. So I mean, there's a bunch of references in there. I don't know. All right, so basically here. Now, okay, I'm just going to move on to what I need from a manga artist. Frankly, I don't need a whole lot from a manga artist. I mean, I do need professional. I want professional quality, at least as close to professional quality as I can get. But there is kind of a limitation to that because I mean, one, it takes a lot of skill and training to get to that quality. A lot of time, practice, and all that stuff to get to that level. And two, they're going to want some money at that point. And that's kind of why I'm kind of skeptical because I don't want to put out a manga that has bad art, because I mean I've seen plenty of manga with bad art and it's terrible and you can't read it, and some manga with bad art is pretty good. I mean, like Shasha Cran or whatever that is, Shan Kran. I don't know, but there are some good manga out there with bad art. But the thing is, there's a difference between the good bad art and bad art, and most people are bad art. So I do need a little professional quality. Like the thing is, for the style, I don't need anything special. I don't need anything special at all. I kind of want it bland. I want it to be a very, very bland, just manga-esque looking thing. Because I want the characters to be manga. I just want everything to be kind of a basic, plain manga kind of thing. Nothing special, nothing flowery, nothing weird. Just plain manga. I wish I had some examples or something to show you, but I didn't bring any of my manga down to show it. Or had pictures ready, but I could easily do that. But I don't need anything. It doesn't need to be special. It doesn't need good quality. It doesn't need to be good quality, but it doesn't have to be extraordinary. It doesn't have to be berserk. All right, I don't need Kentaro Mudia to do the artwork for this. Okay, if he's willing, that'd be awesome. But he doesn't. He does not need to do the artwork for this. I don't need it to be that great of an art, but it does have to be just professional quality. But there is kind of a restriction to that because it's just them people sitting around and maybe some kissing and stuff. I mean, it's not it's seriously. There's not much goes on visually, so it's not like some kind of awesome chase scene or anything stupid like that. But there is two things. There's one thing that happens twice in the work that you do need to have the ability to do, and that's draw a fight scene. And if I mean, I can choreograph the fight scene pretty well. So that one, I mean, so if you can't visualize it, that's not going to be a big scene. I can actually put a lot more time and effort into storyboarding those parts than into the rest of it. But I mean, but there are 2 fight scenes, and they both are very important because, well, without the second fight scene comes out of nowhere, and it seems a little out of nowhere, but it definitely comes more out of nowhere without the fight scene. And but it basically, the second fight scene will come out of nowhere, and it'll feel rushed and just thrown in there. But the first fight scene kind of builds up and really kicks off one of the more important scenes at the end of the work, or not at the end of the work, but at 35 page mark, something like that. So you need to be able to draw fight scenes, and hopefully, basically that guy with his shirt off, kind of ripped and stuff, because that's what Josh is, not me. See, I'm fat. But yeah, but you have to be able to draw muscular people, because that's like one of it is it's like a cage fight. So the fact is it's a cage fight. So they're boxers, not boxers, but they're in the boxer shorts, and they got the gloves on, and that's it. No shirts off, basically very short pants. All they do is punch each other. They don't need any clothes on. So that's kind of the quality that I need. I mean, and I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be awesome. It doesn't have to be mind blowing. It doesn't have to be Mark Crowley, or I guess Jacob can't do it anymore since he kind of passed away. Sorry, buddy. But I mean, it doesn't have to be those great artists' quality worth of work. But I do want it to be good, and so I'm gonna try. Hopefully I'm gonna find somebody like this. So if you're interested at all, if you're one of the type of people who is a manga artist and who can't write, or you have a hard time coming up with good ideas and stuff, I would very much appreciate you even trying out or even talking about this. If not, oh yeah, I forgot. Before that, we're gonna back up because I messed up. There is a sex scene in this. There's a sex scene in this in the manga, but it is incredibly tame. It is as tame as Sesame Street's YouTube channel. See, I thought of that joke, and it's so stupid because people don't get it. People think it's, and then if they do get it, it's old, so it doesn't matter. Sesame Street's YouTube channel, Sesame Street. But basically, I thought of it like the original thing is it is literally it's probably the tamest sex scene you'll ever see. I mean, it's like the Family Guy reference to it's not, but it's like the Family Guy reference to British porn, where it's like or Jewish porn, where it's like I own. Like they're just both laying in bed, and he's like, I own 3 condos, and he's like, oh, we're still gonna have sex. Like it's tame. Like once you read it, it's one of the last. It's pretty late in the scene into the book, pretty late on. And once you read it, you're gonna know it is a sex. It's a sex scene, but it's not. It's not. It's tame. It's incredibly tame. Like if I'll probably put a link in the description, but I did a review of Katao Shoujo, which is disabled girls in Japanese. But I did a review of Katao Shoujo. It's a visual novel, completely free, so it's easy. It's free to get. I'll send you a link to that, and that'll give it to you. You can get that. And it's just some of it's really good writing, and you probably need to read it because 1, it's free, and 2, it's awesome. It's really good quality writing, and it's kind of like that where their sex scenes, even though they're far more graphic than my sex scenes are, their sex scenes are important and necessary to the story. Where this is, I mean, it's not important to the story, but it's like an ultimate climax to which is ironic. Oh, innuendo. It's kind of a good climax to everything, and it's kind of like a good way to finish off it doesn't end it, but it does finish everything pretty well, I think. So, I mean, seriously, it's tame. I mean, seriously, I mean, literally. And if you're like, I can't draw, I don't want to draw sex, I don't want to draw guys nude, I don't want to draw girls nude. Trust me, I understand that, and 2, it's not even that. Seriously, like the manga literally you won't see anything. You won't see Josh naked. You won't see whoever the main character's name is naked. Neither of them are naked. Like it's weird because it's like it's just I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but you can understand. It's like they basically just kind of do it. But like it is a building, and like trust me, just when you get to it, you're not gonna be offended by it at all. I don't care what kind. I mean, you could be like a nun, not gonna be offended by it. Some of the other things can be more offensive because there's more parts, and there's probably more offensive things that are sexual that are not actually in the sex scene. So just understand that. But So it's not going to be like, it's not like everywhere in this new. Like seriously, we're gonna be able to sell that volume if we sell it in stores without the cellophane on it. Just that's what I'm telling you. There's nothing bad about it. Like the average Ichi manga is not as bad as that scene, that sex scene. But it's good, and it's not really. I don't think I'd call that the scene romantic, but it's definitely more heartfelt than anything. But like I said, it's like kind of like Katao Shoujo, where the sex scene is important. It's not just there for sex scene. It's actually important. So, all right. So if you happen to be interested, just message me or something. Comment below. I want to blah. But I would like to if you're interested in being a manga artist for me, just give me like somewhere where I can actually see your artwork, and then I'll if you just give me that, it might take me some time to actually look that up, but I will definitely send you the thing right away, and so that way you can read it. But because it's going to take you some time, it takes me some time to read it all the way through, and I don't know how long, but it'll take you quite a few hours, I think, at least 4. I mean, unless you're like a fast reader, but I don't like to read fast. I like to take my time. But all right, enough. All right, if you're interested, please contact me. I do not have like I said, I don't have the internet, so at my house. So there might be a chance if you comment or do anything about this, I might not see it for a week or so. So for that, I'm sorry, but we can work around that. And you're like, and you feel like, how am I going to work with you? Because we could live in different countries for all that, for all we know. But because I have a cell phone, if you can text me in Alabama, I'm like, all right, I'll go to the internet at this time. And basically, this is for anyone too. If someone just says I'll edit it for you, or I'll talk about it for you, or I'll give you my opinion, I might just do that too, because frankly, I think it's good. I think it's really good. But at the same time, I haven't read that much romance either. I've read enough romance to know that I don't like it that much, and that I have a bad opinion about it, because I have experienced like 1% of it or something, 1% of the romance world. But I do need an opinion. So even if you think that you wouldn't be my manga artist, but that you might have a good opinion or something stupid like that, or if you just want to read it and to see it, maybe kind of be a witness to like, it's good, man, it's good. Then email me that too, or ask me that, comment, whatever, it doesn't matter, and comment me that. And just comment and and just express that to me, and I'll get you a copy of it too. And I don't want to submit it to like Yen Press or something like that. Even though I would like Yen Press, I'd probably do, because Yen Press is pretty cool. No Shonen Jump, even though this is more oriented towards guys. No Shonen Jump, I hate Shonen Jump. But if we submit it to Yen Press, we probably will lose the rights to it. So that means I'm going to lose the right to my story that I created, and that's something I don't like. But that's the thing. I want to publish it through my own company, because as soon as I get some money around, I want to have my own manga publishing company where I help people like us, people like me, publish the Western manga in a book format and try to get it out there, and then do some advertising for people and stuff like that. Just because we don't really have a market for it, other than maybe Dark Horse. But then again, Dark Horse is terrible, because what they did to they kind of ruined Brody's Ghost, and it's like, and you might be like, what? How? It's because it's the most awkward like printing format, and it's like no one else does it, so it really ruins your shelving kind of thing. So whatever. But I will gladly, whatever it is, just send me a thing, and I'll gladly talk. I'll gladly argue. I'll gladly debate with whatever you want to talk about my stuff, and I will listen to your opinions though, no matter what. Even if they're absolutely stupid, I will still listen to them and take them in before I debunk them. But I do like intellectual. I do like an intellectual argument, so I will be grateful for that if you guys will help me with that. Wait, there was something important I was going to say. Oh yeah, and please don't judge this based on grammar or anything like that. If this is, I want a content kind of judge, because grammar I didn't care about. Like this, trust me, the reason this thing that I'm getting ready to send people, like my 50-page Word document, is not meant to see consumers. That's it. It's literally meant to show people the quality of writing that I can put out. And because of that, because I don't really do anything with dialogue, because dialogue is in the same paragraph. Because I don't like having to do dialogue as its own paragraph for every person. But I understand it. I understand it's necessary, because it keeps the reader understanding who is saying this, who is saying that. But I've done it otherwise, where I've made a really good point, and you knew, because I wrote a short story called The Falling, and the dialogue was messed up. But that's why I didn't get it published, because because of the dialogue thing, I'm pretty sure. But I didn't do anything with that here. Like seriously, like that. Don't judge it by grammar. Most of the grammar is probably up to par, but at the same time, I just don't care about grammar because the whole point of academic writing, it's grammar. Creative writing, it's all about expressing something, and if you can express that, it doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter how bad you put it together, how poorly you put it together. If you can express something, that's the important point. So please, for those of you, don't judge us on grammar. Don't say to me, well, this word was misspelled, or that too. I had terrible spellings. I'm not going back and checking it properly either. But trust me, we'll do that when we make the manga. I don't care right now because it's a summary. Well, not really anymore, but it's basically just the outline. It's the written part of the manga, so it's not that important until it actually goes into the manga. So please, if you do judge it, and if you do criticize it, and you do give me some feedback on it, no grammar. I'm not an idiot. I know grammar, and I have plenty of writing books sitting in my room to tell me how to do proper grammar and stuff. So if I need to look it up, I can. But it's just. I want content-wise. Is the pacing right? Is the thing right? Is it reasonable and stuff like that? That's the kind of thing I want. Is this fake or real? That kind of thing. So, sorry this took so long, and I'm grateful for you guys watching and listening, and hopefully I get some feedback. If not, like I said, I don't have enough money, so and I'm not gonna take donations or anything like that. Not, at least not yet. Maybe when I start my company or something like that. But I'm not taking donations right now because we have to work on it. It's gonna take a while to get the artist, and if I do, I have to panel it. So I have to storyboard it, which I don't know why I keep calling it paneling it, but I guess that's the idea of I have to put the words, I have to put the story into panels. So I don't know. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys found some entertainment out of it, and I'll be glad to respond to every one of your guys' comments. Cause I generally do that unless it's weird or I can't respond to it. But, all right, so thank you very much, people.